Hello, hello. Test, test. Okay. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of what I'm now calling Morgan Doesn't Care. Not because I thought of calling this series something, but because somebody left me a comment assuming that it was called Morgan Doesn't Care. That was really touching, and I thought, I'm gonna steal your idea. So let me say this. My first video I posted on TikTok, and it's almost at 1 million views. Wow, 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 wow. Can you believe it? I can't. So, we have lots of things to discuss today. I'm trying to move as fast as I possibly can for your sake and mine because Lord knows I will talk your ears off. So, let's start off with things on my TikTok For You page that I feel like making your problem. There is this pig the size of a small rat on my For You page that I am actually obsessed with. And when I see him, I start to turn like baby watching Coco Melon, even if it's just a video of him eating a pea or like a fruit or something and it takes 5 minutes for him to chew it. It's actually the highlight of my day and I love him so dearly. I don't know his name, don't know what the account is, but I keep getting videos of this tiny ass pig. It literally sandwiched between videos of like middle-aged women telling me that like I'm fat and ugly and the only way to fix it is to buy whatever they're selling on TikTok shop. But it literally is the highlight of my day, like actually. Moving on, another thing all over my For You page, why is everybody getting pho and then can I go get some? Because I've been wanting pho for literally days and I want some so bad. And I keep thinking like, oh, I'll just go for lunch. I'll go, and I never do. It's like actually insane. And it's like TikTok is reading my mind because it seems like all of the videos I'm getting are people eating big bowls of pho with like all of like the spicy stuff in it. I'm like, I want some like so bad. It's actually insane. I don't even remember the last time I had pho. Probably like 2 years, maybe a year. That's way too long though, is the point. And then the next thing I want to discuss is, why is the jellycat store in Paris? Like, I'm not saying that New York should have everything. I'm definitely not saying that the jellycat store has to be in the same city that I live in, but that's kind of exactly what I'm saying, because it's like usually when you see something really cool or like you're online and you see like, oh my gosh, like I really want to go there, da 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 da, all that stuff. It's usually in New York or LA. Like, I'm sorry, it just kind of works that way. And so imagine my dismay when yesterday I sent a video to my boyfriend of a girl at the Jellycat Cafe getting a Jellycat pancake and getting him all sizzled up and stuff and like having the full experience, that I say, we should go. And he's like, cool, want to go today? And he's like, wait, I think it's in Paris. Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm sorry? Like, I don't know, it feels kind of unjust, but okay, I'm gonna let it rock though. Then last night, actually, because today is Sunday, last night we went to SNL, and I actually go to SNL pretty much every week, and if you've been following me for a while, you probably already knew that, but last night was crazy because, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a rundown, right? Yesterday, I almost flew back home to Charlotte to do stuff for the election for Creators for Kamala, but I didn't because it would have been last minute. I would have only been like taking photos from the crowd in the rally, and I couldn't really justify flying all the way back home last minute. Like, it just would have been a lot of work, you know what I mean? And I just thought, okay, like, it's fine. I'll just like keep sharing stuff like on my Instagram or whatever and like let it rock. And also because yesterday, like last night, was the John Mulaney Chapel Roan episode, and I don't know, I couldn't really pass that up. So then imagine how much of a perfect situation it was when Elio and I, we got there, we had dress rehearsal. So like, this is before it even broke that Kamala was going to be on SNL. We get there and we're like, oh, the streets are all blocked off. Why are there like canine dogs here? Annoying. We assumed that it was just like because people are about to be at the Rockefeller Center all the time because of like they're putting the tree up next weekend, right? But no, so we go inside, and we had great numbers this week, which I'll talk about how that works in a different video because we ain't got all day, right? But we had great numbers this week. So we were like 7 and 8 in line for the dress rehearsal, which best numbers he and I have had. I've had better numbers before, but us together, that was like the most successful we have ever done, right? Okay, so they pulled the first 20 of us. Instead of doing the normal thing where you go into like secret TSA around the corner in the gift shop and then up these stairs and you wait there while all of the actual ticket holders who like won the lottery, have like this big ass lounge upstairs, and they get to have drinks and be all cute and stuff, and you're held like sort of in the trenches like you're second class citizens. Instead of doing what we normally have to do, they walk us out around the corner and they're like, congratulations, you guys are definitely going to the show. We go up the stairs into the lounge where all the actual ticket holders are, and we have to go through Secret Service. And you know, I don't know why it didn't occur to me sooner in that moment that Kamala could be on SNL, because I'm like, well, she was just in Charlotte. Like, you know, that would be kind of a lot, but it's the last 4 days of the election. Of course she's doing a lot. Like, duh, right? Okay, so we're sitting there, and it totally makes sense because, like, we had to go through Secret Service. The streets are shut down. If you have a private jet, you can absolutely get from Charlotte to New York as fast as you really want to. And when I tell you that that was like the best situation, because I was already feeling bad, like, damn, I wish that I was gonna get to see Kamala back home, but also like John Mulaney chaperone, like I can't really pass that up, you know what I mean? And then we get inside, right? And we're sitting through the monologue, and it's getting to, not the monologue, sorry, we're sitting through the cold open, right? And we get to the end of the cold open where they do like that reveal that it's actually Kamala there, and it's not. Actually, Kamala wasn't even at dress rehearsal. It was Ego Wodum standing in her place, which, love that diva. Love her so much. But it was like, oh, damn, you know? But, you know, I can't have it all, right? That would have been too perfect of a night. The episode was still great. We still had a great time. And it was actually my first time getting to go in the lounge and do the little photo booth and stuff. So all that was really fun. So I actually I'm okay. I'm not heartbroken. It's still a great time. And then we saw Adam Sandler as we were leaving, which was fun too. And Drew Barrymore. Okay, moving on. My fall rewatches. There's like a certain set of shows that I have to watch as soon as the temperature dips below 60 degrees outside, and they are as follows: The Vampire Diaries, Scandal, and Criminal Minds. Perfect fall shows. I don't care how many times I've seen them. I'll keep rewatching them. I kind of don't care what you have to say about it either. And if you haven't seen those shows, I suggest here's what you do tonight, diva. You get in your bed, you do an everything shower, right? You like put on some really fluffy pajamas, you curl up with your pet or stuffed animal, and you flick on Hulu and you say, I'm about to literally devour the entire first season of Scandal, and your life will change. I can tell you that much. And don't let you have a cup of hot chocolate by your side, because babe, that is like an experience that like makes the cold weather so worth it. It's like actually perfect binging conditions, you know what I mean? Okay, we're moving on. I feel like I've flown through. It has not even been that long, and I'm doing great on time. So let's take a moment. Claps for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what it's like to have to try and find a new Chinese restaurant to go to, because back home, like, I went to the same Chinese takeout place basically every single day, like only that one place, because it was right next to my house, but also because it was freaking delicious and I never needed to venture anywhere else. But then when you move to a new city, New York of all places, where there's probably 10,000 Chinese restaurants, how am I supposed to do the trial and error of finding a new place that fills the void? Like, I don't even remember the last time I got like Chinese takeout, because I don't know, like I'm just like too scared of going through the effort and then it being nasty and then having to be like, you're joking. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually so much work. And I wish there was like, you know, I was about to say I wish there was like somebody to tell me, and I'm sure there is on TikTok. What it actually is that I'm too lazy to go investigate it, and so I'm just going to give up, and hopefully I'll stumble upon a better option one day, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, not to talk about Broadway and be a theater kid in the chat, but let me say this, and I'm going to look directly at you while I say this. When a meteor strikes Earth, right, and, you know, the planet has to start to reset after the effects of human have taken its toll on the planet, right, and we get to rebuilding society, and like the future new version of humans are looking back and they find out that we exist, and they're like, wow, like we should rebuild Mount Rushmore with the two most important human beings to ever have walked the earth. The two people who should be on Mount Rushmore are Joshua Henry and Nichelle Lewis. Literally not kidding. I want to see Ragtime so bad. I actually keep rewatching this bootleg. Don't shoot me, y'all. Don't shoot me. But I keep rewatching this bootleg of her singing Your Daddy's Son and I. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, I listened to that on loop for an hour yesterday. I listened to it crying in the shower. It's something about her voice that is, like, historic. Like, truly, truly historic. And you know what? Like, if I have anything to do with it, you're going to win all the Tonys in the world one day, Nichelle Lewis. I can promise you that much. Put me in charge. You will have every Tony there possibly can be, even Best Actor, if you want it, okay? Now, moving on. Somebody on my Instagram asked me to talk about my thoughts on the Super Bowl, and I don't know if that was like a leading question to get me to say that I feel like Kendrick shouldn't be doing the Super Bowl, but let me say this. Kendrick is a great performer, so it's going to be a good time, but what the actual thing is that I miss pop girls doing the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl halftime show. I have Beyonce's entire Super Bowl halftime show memorized. Same for Lady Gaga's and Katy Perry's. I think Beyonce has the greatest Super Bowl halftime show of all time. And y'all are just going to have to be mad about that because there's really nothing else I can say. She does. And it's like, I love the Super Bowl halftime show because I love pop culture and I love live performances and I love concerts and I love music. So I'm going to have a great time regardless, even if I don't care at all about the game itself. I will always watch the Super Bowl halftime show. And I think Kendrick's going to do a fantastic job. And it's going to be a great, great, great time. But, like, how many years has it been since a pop girl has done, like, one of the main pop girls has done the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? Like, that would just be such a time, and I'd have such a great time. Like, was the last person Lady Gaga? It kind of feels like it. It was, like, Gaga, I think. Rihanna? Yeah, Rihanna. That was good. Let's get back to that. Okay, moving on. I have to tell you this story about my best friends from home. I miss my friends so much. Elio and I went home over the week. This was his first time anywhere in America that wasn't New York City. So to go from being in New York City to North Carolina is like actually kind of insane, but okay. So we went home. We spent the weekend with my best friends, Lauren, Monty, and Charlize, right? And so we were in my car, and this was like the first time I've gotten to see them since May. So it was like really fun getting to catch up, you know? So we were in my car, right? I drive a little Beetle, okay? I love my car. So I'm in the driver's seat. Elio's in the passenger seat. Behind Elio is Charlize. And then to Charlize's left is Monty sitting behind me. So you understand the picture, right? We're sitting in the car, parked, eating Italian ice and just chopping it up, right? And next to us is a big SUV, and the letters kind of look like they read the word like burger, but like vaguely say that and not really. Monty was just thinking that it said that because he was hungry, and I was like, that's how we know you're hungry, because you're thinking that the license plate reads burger, and it's like, it really doesn't, but it's okay, right? Okay. I'm sorry. So he and I are laughing, we're kikiing, and I make the joke. I was like, oh, like license equals she ate, plate equals burgers, right? Like Onika burgers. And we die laughing because like, haha, kiki, whatever. Like, it was stupid, we're laughing. But we're the only half of the car that's laughing because Elio and Charlize are like, what is Onika burgers? So, you know, we sit there and we're like about to explain, and Monty looks over to Charlize, and mind you, Charlize is like the sweetest baby angel. She's like so sweet. She's always giggling, always laughing, like truly a joy, and I will love her till the day I die. One of my best friends since I was 5. Charlize, bless her heart, looks at Monty, and Monty looks at her, and Monty goes, you don't know Onika burgers? Like the joke? Like, you don't know Onika burgers? Like, they're not on Twitter like that. I don't expect them to. But he's like, you don't know Onika burgers? Charlize looks at him dead ass like this, disgusted like this, and goes, I don't watch Onika burgers. Like Onika Burgers was some YouTube channel that we all grew up watching. Like Onika Burgers is the name of a new Netflix movie that's in the top 10 that we all watch. Like Onika Burgers, she said it disgusted like Onika Burgers was an alpha male podcast. Like, are you serious? I don't watch Onika Burgers. And what's crazy is, instead of saying, yeah, you're right, I don't know what Onika Burgers is, she immediately assumes that it's something that we're watching. That, like, surely we all know about, and that it is something to be watched. Like, when I tell you I laughed so hard, I thought that I was going to black out. I had to open the car door and go stand outside with tears pouring down my face. That was the hardest I have literally laughed in years, because what? And like, also if you really think about it, like a step further, like, okay, let's say Onika Burgers wasn't a show, right? Let's say that it was like a person. First name Onika, last name Burgers? That don't make no sense either. Like, I'm confused, you know? But okay, whatever. I have to move on because I could actually like talk about that all day. Chick-fil-A, when are you bringing back the peppermint chip shake? As soon as it gets cold, I'm in the camp that thinks the peppermint chip shake should be back on the menu, because it's something about going and getting an 8-piece chicken nugget with a large fry and a peppermint chip shake, and don't let you have some barbecue sauce on the side too. Bro, like that actually is a dream meal as soon as it gets cold. And they still have the banana pudding shake, which, no shade to that diva, it's really good. It's just a little too sweet for me. Auntie can't handle all that sugar. Like, it's just a little too much. But oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give for a peppermint chip shake right now. And the way that I asked the lady at Chick-fil-A last night, or like 2 nights ago, and I was like, hey, like, when is the peppermint chip shake gonna be back on the menu? And she looked at me and she's just like, like, end of November. And I literally felt like I was walking out of there like the picture of that ant with the bindle on its back. Okay, like, alrighty, okay, I'll just wait a whole extra month then. Sure, that's fine. Okay, I have to move on. I went to, actually, I don't even know if I should say that, because like, what if somebody like comes and gets me? But let me say that I went to an unnamed spa. I went to an unnamed spa in the city, and it was wonderful. It was the first time I have gotten a massage in months. I was so relaxed. They had like pools, like hot tubs, saunas, and I had a time. And what's even funnier is, like, we went on Halloween, and I entirely forgot it was Halloween while we were down there for hours. And so by the time that we got back up, and I was like so relaxed, so zen, I look around and it's like people walking around in full costume, and I was like, oh my God, today is Halloween. Like, I had truly lost that much track of time because I was like in such a zen state. Like, really, that was the most like so calm that it felt like I was on vacation. Like, I forgot that I lived in New York City. Like, I was truly like the most relaxed I could have possibly been. It was wonderful. Okay, one more thing to talk about. I know I've been talking for a long time, and I apologize for that. I am really, really sorry. And if you're still watching, mommy loves you so much. Thank you for staying. I really appreciate it. So last thing, and it's going to be fast, so don't worry. But yesterday was Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and I don't know if it's because like I recently saw Coco. It actually definitely is because I recently saw Coco, and like the way that like regular people, like everyday people, had like Ernesto de la Cruz all on their ofrendas and stuff, it led me to think like, okay, like what celebrities would I have on my ofrenda? And I've compiled a list of people who have made it. They are as follows: Beyonce, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Flo, all 3 of them, Matthew Gray Gubler, Tori Kelly, Ego Odom, Michael Longfellow, Seth Meyers, Joy Woods, and as of today, Joshua Henry and Nichelle Lewis. And if you didn't make the list, better luck next year. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me everywhere at Morgan Doesn't Care. This was so fun. I had so much fun talking to you. Follow my TikTok at Morgan Doesn't Care so I can keep running these up. If there's something you want me to talk about or you have a suggestion or whatever, DM me, or better yet, leave it in the comments. And Yeah, I think that's it. I'm really cold, so I'm gonna go home now. Bye!